All right, everyone. I have what is going to be a very inexpensive, yet decent, little SUV here. Let me tell you about it. This is a 2001 Hyundai Santa Fe. And this is not like the really cheesy, cheapy Santa Fe. This one actually has a decent amount of nice equipment. And we'll start off with the stuff I know that works and everything, but there's good and there's bad with this vehicle, as with any. But let's start off with this. First of all, keep in mind, folks, everything we talk about, this vehicle does have 192,776 miles on it. So yes, of course, I'm going to be selling it very inexpensively, but it's not a new car. All right, so please keep that in mind when we go through everything. All right, let's start off with our power windows. That's right rear, right front. Come around this side, go there. That's your back passenger on the driver's side, and the driver's window with auto down, of course. And there you go. Mirrors, let's do those. There's your left mirror. I mean, this I can tell just by driving this car, and I have driven it quite a bit. This car was very well taken care of, okay? Whoever owned this car, I don't know its history, I don't know if it's a one owner or whatever. I would guess actually that it is. But it was very well taken care of. And I'll show you the tips that I know of that will tell you that it was well taken care of. This car does have keyless remote entry, as you can see. I only have, I believe, one key and one remote, but I'm going to have to check the folder just to make sure. Got factory fog lights, AM, FM, CD, and cassette. But here you go.
And we'll now pause to let this sink in for a moment.
Obviously the radio works, but I don't have any CDs or cassettes, so I can't test those two items. The air conditioner, as far as I know, let's see, I'll turn that on. It's not that, it's actually warm in here right now, but it's probably only about 55, 60 degrees out. But I'm pretty sure, if I recall correctly, it was warm when I bought this, that the air conditioner does work fine. But we're going into the winter, so that's not that big a deal. Now, it has the overhead clock and console, you know, that sort of stuff. Push here, that's for your sunglasses, of course. But look at these seats, 192,000. Check out how nice the interior is on this vehicle. Oh yeah, that air conditioner feels nice and cold. All right, so come next spring, you should be in good shape. It's 4-speed automatic with what they call the auto stick feature. That's what this is here, the plus and minus. You can basically pretend like you're manual or using this like a manual transmission. That's it. Horn, as you can see, works. Wipers, I always like to check them. I get asked for that a lot. All right, let me turn this down so we can hear a little bit better. It's got power door locks. You can lock the windows. You can do all that stuff. All right, let's go around the outside of the car. Well, first of all, let's check out the driver's seat. As you can see, I'm sorry about the sun and reflections and everything, folks, but it's bright and sunny today, so I got to do what I got to do. This is in nice shape. A little, obviously, a little wear and tear here, but really, for this kind of mileage, these seats must wear like iron. No holes, no rips, no tears. Here's your driver's floor. And as you can see, pretty nice shape, especially for the mileage. Obviously, it must have had floor mats. I don't know what happened to them, but I don't have them anymore. It's got the remote fuel filler door there. All right, let's start over here. And the first thing I always like to do are the tires. Now, I've already walked around this car, and I got to tell you, I am really super psyched about this. This vehicle has matching Goodyear Wrangler tires. That's a great sign. That means somebody took care of this vehicle, because they bothered to change all the tires at once, and they didn't put a crappy tire on. They put a good brand of tires. So somebody, you know, really took care of this vehicle. As far as tread is concerned, I gotta say, these things probably have 90% of the tread left. And as you can see, a nice clean Hyundai wheel. Rear tire, again, the Wrangler, of course, same brand, same tread, 85, 90%. Coming around to this side, same brand again, same tread, 85, 90%, same nice alloy wheel. And of course, the right front is the same. So, to me, that is a great sign. That's one of those signs, one of those tips I was telling you about that says this was a well cared for vehicle. Now, I will also say this though, this vehicle was driven down by the city. So it's gonna have its bumps and bruises, starting with this little guy right here. Although I probably could have gotten inside here and maybe poked that out, but I didn't want to damage it any further. So on the right front fender, you have that dent there. Right front door, except for a couple of little nicks here, actually looks to be in very good condition. All right, let's check out this side. All right, of course you have your dual airbags. Here's your passenger floor, nice and clean as you can see. And of course, the passenger seat, very nice, great condition. There's the dash, and let's go check your headliner out. That's actually in great shape, very nice, very clean. Okay, so again, somebody's gonna get a pretty darn nice, clean, decent vehicle. Again, remember what I said when we started this though, folks, 192,000. All right, coming down here, and as you can see, this is really important. Notice how clean this is along there? That means there is no rust, because that is where it almost always starts. So that's a really good sign. Okay, let's go to the rear door. As you can see, I don't see, yeah, we got a little scratch there and a little ding right there. So, okay, so again, not perfect. Like I said, it's a city car. Here's the back seat, and you can see the carpeting, very nice, very clean. Rear seat, also very nice, very clean. This is what's known as a 5-passenger vehicle. 3 people can sit back here, of course. It's got seat belts for 3, and these seats fold out of the way. So you have plenty of storage if you really want it. I'll go around the door jamb, and I will show you that storage when we get to that part. Now let's go around the door frame, and once again, as you can see, it looks pretty darn clean. Okay. Rear quarter panel. All right, we got a little bit, looks like a little bit of rust starting there, which is typical. You know, a little ding there. Scratch. The rear bumper is not great. You know, it's been scratched, as you can see. You know, probably has bumped into things at time, you know, from time to time, and that's what you get. All right, coming around this way. All right, there you go. That's nice and clean. And check this out. This is really impressive to me. As you can see, a lot of the other places right here is where you'll see a ton of rust on these vehicles, but not on this one. So obviously somebody must have kept this in a place where it's not going to rust. I love this. It's got the cargo shade, which goes and hooks right in here. And what this does is when you have your stuff in there and you close the door, nobody can see what you got down there. So that way when you go to the mall or whatever for Christmas shopping, what have you, you can put your packages in there without fear of anybody seeing them and ripping you off. That's removable, of course, too, because as I said, those 2 seats fold down. That means you get all this room from here all the way to the back of the front seats. That's a lot of room. And there's tons of cubby holes and stuff in this thing, too. Look there. Oh, check this out. Brand new, still in the package, is the Santa Fe first aid kit. Somebody actually bought that for this vehicle. So I'm going to leave that right there so you can have that. In here is your jack and tools, as you can see, and I'll show you that there is a spare tire in this. All right, another cubby hole. Check this out. A cubby hole there to put, you know, separate your stuff. And look, another one, a carpeted one right there. And that all closes up like that. In fact, let's go and check underneath the vehicle right now. There's your exhaust. Oops, see that? That's from the exhaust. As you can see, there's your spare tire on the carrier, as it should be. That actually looks like that's an alloy wheel too. Holy cow, that's pretty neat. You don't see that often. All right, let's close this up and we'll check the rear hatch out. Hyundai. And as you can see, the paint's clean and shiny. Like I said, it does have, it's a V6 engine, of course. And like I said, this isn't the cheapy 4-cylinder. And you've got your rear wiper, rear defroster, you know, all that. Oh, here, you know, one thing I didn't do is let's do the roof. You can see it's got the roof rack, no crossbars, but it does have the roof rack. And it's rated for 75 pounds, evenly distributed. Okay, now coming back here, left quarter panel, a little touch up here. You see a little ding, there's probably a scrape there, tiny little bubble right there. Again, overall, the vehicle looks nice, but it's got its little issues. And like I said, 192,000 miles. All right, this side, as you can see, nice and clean. There's your door jamb, nice and clean. And of course, the door frame. Let's do this one, just like we did the rest. Going down here, and you can see, again, very super nice and clean. All right, this door, except for the bird poop, sorry about that, actually looks very clean. No scratches, no dents, no nicks. Driver's door, looks like no scratches, no dents, no nicks. Very nice. All right, let's do the door jamb. There you go. I know some of this video could be tedious for you folks, but I do it because people ask me to. This is the information they want. You know, they want to see this kind of stuff because nobody else, I promise you, will do a video like I do. All right, now here you go. This is what I'm talking about. You can see just the barest, tiniest little bit starting right there, and that's the first example of anything, any kind of corrosion at all on this car. So it does have a little bit there, but as you can see from the outside, beautiful, nothing. Left front fender. You can see it looks like a little dent there, but other than that, no nicks, no scratches. Okay, of course, now we get to the bumper. And as you can see, it's seen better days. Now, it's up to you. I would never spend the money on a vehicle with this mileage on it to put a new bumper cover on, but that's up to you. If you want to do that, you can, and that will take care of that ugly little bit right there. All right, let's take a look underneath. And you can see, I don't know what you can see, but at least you get a chance to look underneath. All right, and the under the hood is spectacularly clean. Like I said, I think this vehicle was well taken care of. Okay, here we come to good and bad. The heart of any vehicle, of course, is the engine and transmission. Okay, that's your heart and soul of any vehicle. This has the double overhead cam V6, as you can see. Had it to my mechanic, all right, because I noticed there was a slight noise in it. Here's the thing, $192,000, this vehicle, I would say, is definitely due for a new timing belt, okay? And as you'll hear, there is a noise inside the timing belt cover. It's probably, I think he said, a tensioner or a pulley or something like that. The vehicle runs fantastic. I'm going to rev it up for you. But in all fairness to you, even if you can't hear this noise, I have to tell you about it because my conscience tells me I can't hide that. All right? Doesn't mean you won't get a lot of enjoyment out of this vehicle, but just keep in mind knowing that at some point within the next, I don't know, say 10 or 12,000 miles, you might have to put a timing belt and a pulley on it, all right? But here, listen up. I'll rev it up for you. All right, now, you do not need to be a mechanic or a genius to know that sounds fantastic. There is no lifter noise, no valve train noise, there's no knocks, no high rev knocks, nothing. All you have is this. Here, listen, the noise is back, listen. You hear that rattling? That's what I'm talking about. That is whatever that issue is inside the timing chain cover. I'm actually saying that you may not even need to replace the timing belt or chain or whatever this thing has. You may just be able to replace the pulley, but I'm kind of the opinion if your guy is in there taking that cover off, you might as well put the timing chain on or belt or whatever it is on it as quickly or as well. All right, now here we go. Taking a look at the whole vehicle back. Oh, look at this. This actually, no, New York State emissions ran out next month. So you have about a month left on the inspection sticker if you live in New York. But as you can see, stepping back from the vehicle, it's pretty good shaped vehicle, okay? Now, what we're gonna do next is we're gonna take her for a spin. Oh, you know, one thing I forgot to mention to you guys when we were doing this is, I'll show it to you when we come back from the test drive, but there are no check engine or warning lights on of any kind in this vehicle. And that's what I mean. This thing runs fantastic. All right, so we're going to take off and drive. I'll show you the, you know, it's a 4-speed automatic. And with the 6-cylinder engine, you'll get pretty decent mileage. It does have tilt wheel, as you just saw. It does get good gas mileage, but what's kind of cool with the 6-cylinder engine is that it's plenty peppy, too. So you kind of get a really decent combination of both of those things, all right? And away we go. All right, front wheel drive, just so you know, it's not 4-wheel drive. I mean, not that you really need it in New Jersey or wherever, but I just gotta let you know that. And as you can see, look at that, we're over 50, almost 60 miles an hour already, and look at how nice this rides, how quiet it is. I can talk in a very low tone of voice, and you can see. I let go of the steering wheel, you can see. You know, we're going down the road nice and straight. Let's see, what else can I tell you? I already told you how good the tires are, all that stuff. Well, we'll just ride a little bit, nice and quiet. When I do the turnaround down here, I'll do the auto stick part of this. So you guys, I don't know if you can see the dashboard. What'll happen is when you throw it into auto stick, it just gives you the numbers. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4. In fact, like if you want, I can downshift. See, I go to 3, I'm down to 2. And it also won't let you shift inappropriately. Like it won't go from 4th to 1st if you accidentally knock it down that far. All right, nice turning radius on this. And here we go. Ready? Now we'll do the auto stick. Here we go. First gear. Second, nice smooth. Third, no problem. Now we're up to 55. 4th gear, which is your overdrive gear. There you go, nice and smooth. I'm going to do a brake test, which all that is going to consist of is me pulling into this empty lot across the street from my place. I know where there's a patch of loose gravel. I pull onto it, slam on the brakes, and I let go of the steering wheel. What I want you to concentrate on is look at the steering wheel and see what happens. You know, what you don't want to see is it swinging wildly to the left or to the right or anything like that. It might shake a little, but that's okay. But this just tells you a little bit about the brake equalization is all. It's not a perfect test, but it's the best I can do on a video. All right, let me put my directional on. We'll pull in right here. Come on over. Where's my little patch of gravel? Here's hands off and... Okay, neat. Great brakes on this. If you notice, that steering wheel did not budge a bit, and it stopped the vehicle very quickly. I do this brake test a lot, so I really can tell whether the brakes are really good or whether they're just okay. And on this particular vehicle, I'm happy to report that the brakes are very good. All right, this is actually would be a great vehicle for the new driver. It's safe, it's front wheel drive, so that's good in the winter. Got really good tires on it, dual airbags. I mean, this would be a great little SUV for someone, you know, or as a second vehicle for your family, as a family car. That's, you know, up to you. I'm going to turn around now so we can, because of the sun and everything, I want to give you guys the angle, a different angle when we walk around the car, so you can see it with the sun shining on it differently. This way, you know, you can't think that I'm like trying to hide anything by, you know, putting it in the shade, that sort of thing. Okay, quick recap. This is a 2001 Hyundai Santa Fe, 192,777 miles. And as I promised, let me pop the camera off here. I'm going to show you. Here we go, after our test drive. You can see the temperature is right where it's supposed to be, idling very smoothly and quietly right there. And as you can see, no warning lights, nothing. In fact, let me try to get this glare off. There you go, that's a little better view. So you can see that there's nothing other than telling me, you know, because I took my seatbelt off. Other than that, this vehicle, like I said, runs really good, has plenty of pep. Mechanically, as I said, the only issue, and again, that'll be up to between you and your mechanic as to whether you want to do it or not, is that little rattling noise. And I've already told you what that's all about. So let's back up, and we'll take a walk around the car, and then I'll end this probably pretty lengthy video. All right, and you can see, I mean, it does have its bumps and bruises, as I said in the beginning, but overall, it's really not that bad. I mean, it's not something that like would be embarrassing to drive up, you know, for your kid to drive to school in or for you to drive to work in, you know, that's for sure. Okay, so here's the moral of the story. If you need a very inexpensive to buy, inexpensive to fix, cheap to run, reliable little S5 passenger SUV, this would be the perfect one for you. And I will be selling this, as I always do, at a very low, way below Kelley Blue Book price. Oh, one thing I didn't mention, which I will right now, it does have, it appears to be, a tiny little chip right there. That actually is repairable. In fact, I may even, my nephew must have missed it when he cleaned it. I'm gonna have him take a whack at actually filling that in. But if not, you can get a real professional to do it probably for like $35. Anyway, that's it, folks. I hope this goes to a good home. Thanks.